Welcome to Technical Training Level 1 for the MR-400 Fire Alarm Control Panel. This section will provide a foundational understanding of the panel's hardware components, layout, and the role each part plays in the system's operation. Our objectives for this section are to understand the panel components from both external and internal perspectives and provide more detail on compatible annunciators with the MR-400 system. The exterior interface of the MR-400 Fire Alarm Control Panel features AC on, CPU fault, ground fault, and battery charger trouble indicators for quick status assessments. The 4-line 20-character backlit alphanumeric LCD display provides clear and concise information, and below the display are 12 control buttons, each with an associated LED for operation and acknowledgement of system events. To the right is a 16-button numeric keypad with cursor buttons, including Cancel, Menu, Info, and Enter for navigation and input within the system's user interface. Key components highlighted here are the MR-400 mainboard, which serves as the central processing unit, the transformer for power conversion, and the power supply board that distributes power throughout the system. We also see the terminal block for AC power wiring connections and the PR-300 module mounting location. Note that the PC-S100 module can be mounted in the same location as the PR-300, but only one module may be used at a time. The main board features connectors and jumpers. A reference index shown to the right details each of the jumpers and connectors. Pay special attention to jumper settings, as incorrect configurations can affect panel operation. Always refer to the installation manual for proper setup. When connecting addressable field devices to the MR-400's addressable loop circuit, wiring configurations for Class B, Class A, and Class X are compatible as shown. If using Class A wiring, this option must be selected in the configuration software and loaded on the panel to be functional. The MR-400 signaling line circuit, SLC, has specific limits for loop current, resistance, capacitance, and inductance. Twisted unshielded pair is strongly recommended for optimum performance. Capacitance is generally a limiting factor and should be accounted for in the design and layout stages of a system. Addressable loop wiring emphasizes using unshielded twisted pair wire to minimize capacitance. Take into consideration that adding devices introduces additional resistance, and that loop resistance or capacitance measurements are not possible with isolators installed on the circuit. Also remember, not all wire types offer the same quality or performance. The notification appliance circuits, or NACs, are used to connect notification devices like bells, strobes, and horns. The wiring configurations for both Class B and Class A NACs can be utilized directly. The board supports 4 supervised NAC circuits with terminals labeled NAC 1 through NAC 4. The power rating is limited to a regulated 24-volt full-wave rectified output for each 1.5 amp circuit, with a maximum total power allowance of 5 amps across all circuits. The MR-400 control panel includes 3 types of auxiliary power supplies. The AUX1 supply is supervised and regulated, offering 24 volts DC at 500 milliamps maximum, suitable for powering remote annunciators. The AUX2 supply is also supervised and regulated, providing 24 volts DC at 300 milliamps maximum with the capacity to be reset, making it ideal for 4-wire smoke detectors. Lastly, there is an unsupervised, unregulated auxiliary supply offering 24 volts full-wave rectified power at 1.7 amps maximum. It's important to note that if a short occurs on this circuit, the power will not automatically recover once the short is removed. Power and battery must be disconnected and reconnected to re-establish this auxiliary power. This slide illustrates the connection setup for the remote trouble indicator, RTI, to the MR-400 main board. This diagram shows the connection setup for the UDAC telephone line dialer on the MR-400 main board. It demonstrates how to wire the dialer to the public telephone switch and to a premises telephone system, if permitted. The detailed wiring configuration includes the correct placement of tip and ring lines for the RJ31X jack and highlights the designated ports on the main board for these connections. Note that proper wiring is crucial for ensuring the dialer's functionality in communicating alarm signals signals to monitoring services. For a list of compatible receivers, refer to Appendix A of the installation manual. Form C relay contacts on the MR-400 main board. These contacts are rated for 28 volts DC at a maximum of 1 amp and are non-programmable. The contacts include auxiliary alarm, alarm, supervisory, and trouble. Each relay contact serves a specific function in the fire alarm system's operation, facilitating the control and monitoring of various system states. The panel supports several annunciator models, including the RAX LCD light, the RAM3318 LCD, the RAM1032, and the MGD32 conventional LED switch annunciators. These devices connect to the panel via the RS485 serial link, which operates in a Class B configuration. The system can support up to 7 annunciators, and their configuration is managed through the MGC 3000 software. It's essential to match the address dip switch on each annunciator to the corresponding value set in the configuration for proper system recognition and operation. The RAX LCD light comes with a large 4-line by 20-character backlit alphanumeric LCD display, and it includes a simple menu system navigated by a directional keypad. The annunciator also has dedicated buttons for Enter, Menu, Cancel, and Info, and contains a local alert buzzer. The buzzer is typically controlled by the main panel and mirrors its alert patterns, ensuring consistent notification throughout the system. The RAM3318 LCD shared display annunciator operates in conjunction with the MR-400 main LCD display. It includes a local alert buzzer that the main system controls, ensuring uniform response across devices. The annunciator mimics the main panel's display for a consistent user interface experience. This slide provides information on the integration of conventional LED annunciators with the MR-400 fire alarm control panel, specifically the RAM1032TZD-S and MGD32. These annunciators feature configurable LEDs for zone status indication and contain a local alert buzzer. The MGD32 is noted for its LED driver outputs, which cater to custom LED annunciator setups. It provides the same functionality as the RAM1032, but has input and output terminals for custom connections. Additional display adders serve as additional LED displays. These units can be connected to an annunciator, enhancing the LED capacity of the system. Up to 4 display adders can be connected to a single annunciator. It features the RAX 1048TZD-S, which provides 48 points of LED annunciation, and the AGD048, which offers supervised outputs for LED or incandescent lamps. The panel can manage up to 7 remote annunciators, which must have unique addresses for correct identification and operation within the system. These addresses are set using dip switches on each annunciator, ensuring they match the configuration programmed via the MGC 3000 software. Each annunciator is connected to the panel through an RS485 serial link. The annunciators must be wired in a Class B style circuit, as depicted in the diagram. For this specific circuit, it's essential to use twisted shielded pair wiring for the RS485 communication line to ensure signal integrity and reduce electromagnetic interference. Each annunciator must be daisy-chained, with wiring entering and exiting each annunciator to the next, avoiding any star configurations or T-taps, which are not supported. 24-volt DC aux power is necessary to power the annunciators. The annunciator terminal connections are shown here. Note the in-out connections for power and communication. The last device on the line requires the termination jumper to be set on the EOL pins. Thanks for watching. Technical Level 2, which is focused on using the configuration software, can be viewed by clicking on the thumbnail link or check the video description below for additional information. For information on the MR-400 addressable devices, click on the thumbnail or the link in the video description.